Hello and welcome back to Metaverse Education's bi-weekly recap of how the market's doing, what's some news, and everything that's going on. Obviously, unfortunately, we're still in the bear market, but there's still money to be had if you are smart and cost dollar average in and buy those dips and sell at their peaks. Bitcoin is still sitting under 30K at 29,780 currently. Ethereum still sticking under 2K. But unlike the last couple of weeks, Tether has been holding steadily at that dollar versus 99 cent mark. Unlike the other weeks where it dipped down all the way like 90 for a solid like 30 minutes, which is crazy for a stable coin like that. But overall, still in that bear market, hoping to push a little bit higher up to get a higher average day to day. But other than that, how are you doing today, day in demand?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to watching Maverick coming out on Friday. Been waiting, was it 2 years now since the whole COVID thing, and reliving my childhood dreams. Goose and Maverick. So looking forward to that. But yeah, markets still suck. But hopefully we'll
Yeah,
start
with the
seeing
markets right
their.
now, we're gonna need some Grey Goose. Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible. Horrible. That's a bad dad joke. Bad
Yeah,
dad joke.
it was.
All right. But yeah, I mean, we're at a 7 week low. We've never had more than 7 week lows in the S&P. So if we would end up low this week, that would be 8 weeks, would be the longest ever. So hopefully we're getting near the bottom. You know, uh, People talk to me all the time, be like, "Well, should I get in now?" I'm like, "Well, hey, just dollar cost average in, right?" But personally, what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for us to rise up, right? In my mind, that's kind of the best time to get in. Is that way you're never going to pick the bombs, you're never going to pick the tops. It's never going to happen unless you just get stupid lucky, right? But if you see things start rise, we start hitting 33, 34. To me, that's the time to start getting in and buying some coins. But if you're at least cost dollar averaging in, buy some now, buy some a little later, and you'll be just fine. So yeah. So I just don't look at my portfolio because I just get depressed. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing all right. Like I said, there's still money to be made if you're smart about it. Been playing the market just a bit, buying in, doing some short-term scalping, that sort of deal. It's been working out for me pretty well. Just been smart. Play with a little hand, and see what you can get out of it, and have fun and learn along the way. But speaking of depressed, let's get into China.
What, they ban Bitcoin again?
Yeah, again, sort of. What didn't they ban?
They ban it like every other year. Like they banned it September of last year, but yet they're still the largest hashtag of Bitcoin miners out there. But it's banned though, so it just must be all those underground miners pulling all that energy out of the grid, and they're just so smart and can hide it all. It's amazing,
Yeah,
you know. You
that
know,
is pretty crazy. It says here that China was the world's biggest crypto mining hub, accounted for between 65% to 75% of the total hash rate of the Bitcoin network, which is really crazy, especially for a place like China. When we saw with all just to avoid obvious specific topics, when you break the rules, let's say on a train, you saw people just getting beaten and battered and pepper sprayed. So I would assume that it would be a rather serious thing for you to have a giant mining operation there. So it's a little suspicious to say the least.
well, that's why they banned it because they don't want that to happen there.
It seems like it is happening though.
Oh, what else we got going on in the news?
Well, speaking of Asia, South Korea, that's what we have up next. Apparently, South
They're
Korea
next to
is.
Europe, right?
Speaking of depression, which that just gave me more of, why is South
A
Korea
little joke
throwing
we
money
have
at
because
the
I'm
metaverse?
yeah, I'm geographically challenged. So
Geographically, mentally, all of the above.
yeah, yeah. You know.
South Korea is throwing money at the metaverse. South Korea's digital New Deal is flooding the country's tech industry with billions of dollars in grants and grant money in the hope of creating 2 million new jobs. Of course, South Korea of all of Asia is throwing money into the metaverse. The same with Japan. They're very similar in the fact of they love the new shiny thing and the big bright lights and all of the above.
Yeah, Samsung's there, LG, Hyundai, all of that's over there, right? So, I mean, it makes sense because if you look at where the metaverse is going to go, it's awesome. Like, go watch Ready Player One sometime. They'll give you an idea of where we're going. Now, we won't be to that level anytime soon. When I say soon, I think maybe in the next 5 to 10 years we'll be there, but not like next year or the following year. Uh, but it's just kind of cool where we go with the metaverse. I mean, if you look at it from a business point of view, is we could really totally get rid of office. Imagine if you had like a omnidirectional treadmill, and you're like, gotta go down and see Bob. So you get in your treadmill and you walk down to go see Bob in his virtual office, and you have your little VR headset on.
And Bob's a carrot.
They're good. What's that?
I said, and Bob's a carrot. That's his avatar.
Bob's a carrot. And you're the rabbit.
Yeah, but because you can't discriminate, of course,
No,
So like
no.
you can be anything you want.
That's right. Hopefully, we'll be able to identify what we want to be like for that day inside the metaverse.
Yeah.
But so I think a lot of great things could come out of the metaverse. Just from a business perspective wise, I think it's awesome. And if you look at everyone who's getting into it, Nike, Adidas, of course, Microsoft. Think about cool. You have Nike shoes, and you could do some designs on them, and end up selling your shoes. There's a coin out there called Guzzler that you can design your own car, and then you could be driving it through the metaverse. And if someone sees it, they could offer to buy it from you. So that'd be pretty cool. So there's all types of things coming down the metaverse, and it's definitely going to be the way of the future. Right now, I don't think you're hearing a ton of talk about it just because the markets are down, crypto's down. So everyone's like, don't really care about the metaverse right now. I'm too depressed over my portfolio.
Yeah, everyone's like kind of how all technologies go. They immediately go first into how can we make money with this? Where's the money? And the big gold rush for cryptocurrency, I definitely think is dying down. I think we're gonna stable things out, level things out, and become more stable in terms, which is good for overall growth of the technology and the adoption, because when things get less volatile, people are way more apt to join in and want to be a part. It makes it more mainstream, which then will create a new, more centralized, ironically, but also much more stable way and reliable way of integrating yourself and making money legitimately within these systems, which will be really, really interesting to see how things go.
Well, let's go back to that statement you made about the gold rush. I would tend to disagree with you. I don't think the gold rush for crypto is over at all. I think we have a huge. I think there's going to be a huge rush. I think in the next year or two.
Maybe I would reconvene, because I agree with you. There's still plenty of money to be made. I don't think the ore is empty from this mountain, right? But more kind of like the Wild West version of it. I think there's plenty more gold to be found, but there's less craziness going on, less pillaging, less man with a big iron on his hip coming to take your gold. That type of deal.
Yeah, we're getting there. There'll be, and some of that's needed, to be honest with you. So we don't have the whole Terra Luna thing over again.
Mm-hmm.
We've had several rug pull projects. So hopefully those things that we can, get some. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm having a brain fart, man.
No worries.
Oh man.
Speaking of rug pull projects, did you hear about the monkeypox coin?
No.
Yeah,
on,
somebody made a monkeypox coin. All right, and then tons of people buy out. Can you guess what happened with this monkeypox coin? They rug pulled it. Listen, if you bought into that and you lost your money, that is your own fault, because you are a moron. I'm sorry. Even if we lose viewers because of this, we'll accept that, because you have to admit, if you put in your money into the monkeypox coin, that person is a moron.
Listen, they're just monkeying around. Come on, man.
Yes, we only have high IQ individuals watch this show. That's all. Big brains.
Then what am I doing on it? Well, maybe because I'm hosting the show, so I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
fall into watching.
Yeah, exactly. You don't fall into watching.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of like the Joe Biden situation, right? You know, he just the big man at the top is just kind of like, huh? What? Shouldn't have done impression. Okay, that was a little too harsh. I apologize. I'm sorry. That was a bit too much of an insult. That was too rude.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll forgive you this time. But
Yeah, won't happen
so
again.
let's
That's
go
fine.
on to a little coin review of the day. Per se, is I want to talk about a coin called Axia. So this is a coin I'm pretty hype on. They're getting ready to go live. I believe it's June 13th again. So I had their ERC token when they went on Ethereum. They launched last April. They went from $1 to $14.35, which I've held. I got in at like $4. So now
Nice,
they're going to
nice.
relaunch. They're going to start at $1. So if they start to grow and follow the current path, I think it's just it could. I think it's an easy 2x, if not 3 or 4x. And here's the reason why I like them. They're one of the only coins out there that I know is backed by hard assets. They have $100 million worth of hard assets. So rubies, diamonds, gold, silver, real estate, all hard assets. A lot of coins have nothing to back them, and they're trying to be the world's reserve currency.
And that's
And
part of
they're
the
doing
reason
it
why
the right
Luda
way.
dumped was that no backing. It's
Yeah,
part of
they
the
were
reason.
trying to be
There's
backed.
many there's many reasons, but that's one of the reasons.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And here's the other cool things. They're hyper deflationary. So like any of the gas fees that you would pay, like to buy Axie Infinity and all that, some of the gas fees on other coins goes right back into circulating supply. Well, they burn all their gas fees, which is awesome. So it keeps that circulating supply down, right?
Yeah.
The other part is they have some cool apps. Like they have a browser. They have their own free VPN service. So like if you sign up and get their bank, what's nice about that is too is you get their free VPN, so you don't have to pay the $10 a month for like ExpressVPN, right? If you use their browser and you search, you get paid for it. I'm earning I think like $3 to $4 a day just by using their browser. Is what I'm earning. So I mean, why would you not want to use their browser?
Yeah.
It's like free money, you know. So that's kind of my thing on Action Infinity. I'm really bullish on them. I've made a lot of money with them. I think I'll make a lot more money with them here relatively soon here when they relaunch on their own blockchain because they're coming off the RC20 blockchain. So
Sick.
that is our coin review for the day.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. I am just now getting introduced into Axia. That sounds really cool. As always, whenever something sounds amazing, be wary, right? Because 9 times
Yeah,
out of 10, but you don't want to get whatever. Oh, you don't want to get too scared that you missed the legitimate one. So, do your
yeah. I
research,
mean,
look into it.
yeah, absolutely. And again, this is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. More entertainment than educational. Hey,
At least this show.
at least it shows. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but if you want to get more education, check out Meta EDU and check out all the videos we have there. And again, man, we just want to get as much people involved in crypto because we truly do believe this is going to be the greatest wealth transfer our country has ever seen. If you have any questions about where Bitcoin is going or crypto is going, just Google it and you'll find out. I mean, nobody's saying that Bitcoin is a scam or is gambling or anything. Everybody's saying it's the way of the future. So why would you not want to be involved in it? And so don't let fear stop you. Just get involved. That's the only thing I can say. That's a big thing we always say, right? The worst thing you can do is do nothing. So, all right, my son. I think we've had a good show. We've covered some good things, and I think we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Absolutely good. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Again, check in the description to join our Metaverse education to get some real education and not just us kind of ranting on the news and having a good old time. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I'll check you guys out. Bye. Bye.